Hello once again. Welcome back to Board Crazy on the News. This time it's for the first half of August 2017. I am D, joined by
Graham.
That's him.
Well, you don't need to be that excited.
That's pretty exciting.
All right, and I am the news collector. We'll call myself this week. The news collector. Well, the newsmaster, he's away.
Okay.
So I'm Will, and I will be the news collector today.
Just collected. It's not as good this month. We'll see.
Guys.
Yes, Will.
You guys want to dive right into the jive?
Let's just dive into
jive.
You guys want to dive right into the deep end?
Yeah.
All right.
What's up first?
Guys, Fantasy Flight Games.
Oh, you know, the makers of Game of Thrones, Storm of Swords expansion.
Among
grab
others.
the box?
Yeah, no, we don't need to grab the box.
They also do... What else they do? They do Don't Wake Daddy.
No. I think you're...
You always say Don't Wake Daddy. No,
Fantasy Flight Games,
they did do Letters from Whitechapel.
Yeah.
I love Letters from Whitechapel.
All right, so Fantasy Flight Games, they are publishing a Fallout board game called Fallout the Board Game. Really creative title. It's set in the universe that was established by Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. So you have the option,
Established by Fallout 3 and 4?
The universe of those games, the Bethesda games, not the
same
earlier
as
ones.
It's the same universe.
Yeah, but this is it's different with those games. It is. They modernized everything and made them different games, more immersive.
It's the same set, whatever. I'm not going to argue this. Silly thing to say.
It's not a silly.
What about New Vegas?
All right. No, actually, it's not included here.
Go.
What are you doing?
Timing you. Go.
It's a game designed for 1 to 4 players. Mm-hmm. And I should mention that it was designed by Andrew Fisher and Nathan... I'm going to say Hayek. His name's Hajek.
Hayek?
But it may be Hayek. I don't know.
Let's ask him. Matthew.
Yeah. Nathan, you mean?
Nathan.
We'll just say we'll say Hayek, just to be safe.
Hayek.
Because people in America never pronounce stuff properly. Now,
Hayek.
So first, just right off the bat, obviously this is going to probably be a big hit.
I mean, maybe. What's the gist of it?
So the idea is that it's similar to the game, the Fallout 3 and 4, the video games, in that you play as an adventurer of sorts, roaming across the wasteland. What's cool is it gives you a lot of freedom in what you do. So there are quests that you can complete and side quests, but you could also just be like, I don't want to do any of that, and you can just search the board for caps or go into vaults and look for loot. Stuff like that.
Okay.
But there's also...
What's the goal?
Well, the goal of the game is to acquire influence, which you basically you have cards, and on these cards, some of the missions are they want you to add items to your inventory or gain new abilities through, I guess, experience. I'm not exactly sure there. And they go into that much detail about how you gain new abilities. And also, you can join factions throughout the game. Some of these factions people would
NCR.
Yeah, well, that's Las Vegas, isn't it?
California.
Yeah,
West.
New Vegas is not, again, this is based on Fallout 3 and 4, so we're talking about the capital and the Commonwealth, right,
NCR.
But, you can join factions like the Brotherhood of Steel, which they are in New Vegas, and the Institute, so... those are just an example of some of the factions you can...
I think there's someone famous who voiced something in Fallout 4.
Well, in 4? 3 had a lot of heavy hitters.
3, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, 3 of Liam Neeson. New Vegas had Matthew Perry.
Right, Liam Neeson's who I'm thinking of.
And Zachary Levi, right, was in New Vegas. So there's some... they get some actors.
So they're going to get anyone famous in...
Voice acting in
the...
So it's competitive then.
Well, what's cool about it is you can, let's say you join the Brotherhood of Steel, and someone else you're playing with joins the Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
You both could team up in that faction to upgrade it, and then earn more influence by upgrading the faction. But at the end of the game, it is only one person. There is only one winner at the end. So you have to be smart about how long you team up with people, and eventually you might have to betray them in order to make a little distance between you and your opponents to get the win.
That sounds kind of neat. I like the Fallout setting a lot. I think Bethesda has kind of ruined it, but not ruined it.
Your opinions are controversial.
Not taking advantage of it.
I don't understand what your hatred of the game is.
I don't hate. I liked. I don't like Fallout 3 or 4, like the other Fallout.
I beat the entirety of 3, and then I played New Vegas, a game that you praised, and it glitched out on me twice.
I was going to ask, how many bugs is this game going to have?
One other thing that really interests me about it is the fact that there's a radiation system. Just
There
like in the
has
games.
to be, yeah.
So if you go to certain areas of the board too long, you'll get irradiated, and that'll make you lose HP. But you can play as, you're not just humans, you can play as ghouls. And if you're a ghoul, radiation actually restores your health.
Cool.
So yeah, so like
that's how it works.
different characters have different special
Does it have
abilities.
Cazadors?
I did not see anything in the release
not.
about Cazadors.
Better not.
I'm sorry if you already mentioned this, or if you don't know, but the designers, have they done anything else of note?
Andrew Fisher, he's worked on the Rune Wars miniatures game,
Okay.
and then Fallout,
Of course,
his
Fallout,
next
yeah.
big one. Hayek or Hayek, however you say his name, has worked on the Descent series and all its subsequent
that's-
expansions.
Well,
that's
there
cool.
you go. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pedigree.
So yeah, these guys have some pedigree behind them. So,
Nice.
Cool. I'll be keeping an eye out on that. I
yeah.
think.
Comes out in Q4 2017, so not that long to wait.
Nice.
All right. What's next?
I love these announcements, not having to wait that long.
Yeah.
You get to the Kickstarter games and you have to wait
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
over a year sometimes, and that's just...
All right, guys, next story. Fantasy Flight Games has another game coming out. This story came out the day before the Fallout story, so this is August 7th.
Got a lot coming out.
This game's called Legacy of Dragonholt. It's a cooperative narrative game for 1 to 6 players set in the Runebound universe. It was designed by Nikki Valens, so I'm going to say Valens, though. She was a designer on Eldritch Horror.
There you go.
Can't speak.
This guy.
And Mansions of Madness.
Cool.
So again,
Those are big
pedigree.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big hitters. As stated in their release, Fantasy Flight Games release, the basic plot of the game is that the heir of the Dragonholt throne was murdered, and you and your friends need to team up and work together to investigate the killing and stop the impending usurpation of the throne.
Cool.
There are 6 individual quests. Each one will transport the players to different areas on the outskirts of Terranoth, which is the main country or region of the Runebound games. And what's cool about these quests is as you work through them, your character will actually level up, and there's a progression system where you gain experience, and that experience you can use to in turn upgrade your character's abilities. So if you want to upgrade your stamina or your HP.
Is it a role-playing game?
It is very much like a D&D, but it's a board game too. It's a blend. It's you can choose your race and class. You can create a personal description. You can choose the
So it's not something you
skills.
sit down and play in an afternoon, though, right?
No, this is probably something you play over the course of a week or over the course of months to get through all the
persistent
quests.
sort of story
Yeah.
world. Okay.
And your decisions affect the world.
I feel like this kind of game is getting more popular these days.
Yeah,
It is.
it definitely is.
Gloomhaven and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. They have what they call the Oracle system at Fantasy Flight Games, and the idea is that it's very intuitive and allows the players to role play and make decisions like they would in D&D or Pathfinder, but there's no dungeon master
Well, I'll be the dungeon master.
or
Sure,
game master.
you always think you're the dungeon master.
No, there
I
is
am.
none. The playable races are humans, orcs, dwarves, elves, gnomes, and catfolk. So I know some of our friends would probably want to play as catfolk.
Ooh.
What about dragonfolk?
There is no dragonfolk. The classes, you could be an apothecary, bard, a brawler, a knight, a sage, a thief, or a wildlander.
Okay. Should be something. Another thing to look out for. These are
Yeah, it
some
is.
good games so far. When's this due out, Will?
This one's out also in Q4 2017.
They're all coming out.
What you?
I would definitely...
Which makes sense.
It doesn't say, but I think we could definitely speculate that Gen Con 50 will have more about Fallout and Legacy of Dragonholt. Speaking of Gen Con 50, guys, you know Renegade Games.
I've heard of them, yes.
They're the publishers of games like Clank, that was really popular in 2016. Raiders of the North Sea, which was an award-nominated game. It was up there for Game of the Year. And World's Fair 1893 is another one of their better-known entries. Well, they made a tweet on August 7th, so like a week ago.
If you're watching this.
Twittergram.
Tweet.
You know what those are?
I'm not sure.
So there's like...
ahead.
I'm not
Is that Is that like a cake?
It's like a cake. It's like a cake, but it's words and it's on the internet. So their
I
tweet,
could eat a tweet right now.
We can go for a tweet.
it read,
Yes.
if you make a game, but keep it a secret until Gen Con, does it exist? I want an answer to you guys now, from you guys. Answer the question.
Yes.
No.
Oh, so we have some differing opinions here.
I mean, it does exist, right?
I mean, it'd be
Something.
weird. We don't know. They're being not so subtle.
Doesn't sound very subtle.
No.
I feel like I'm right. Well, Will, is that all? He just had a little coy tweet. Nothing.
No,
anything?
there's nothing more to talk about here because it's just. I just thought it was an interesting tweet, and then fans of Renegade Games should keep their eye out for. If you're going to Gen Con, obviously keep an eye out for their booth and whatever they're going to be introducing. But also just keep an eye out in the news because there should be a new game coming from them fairly soon. I don't think they're talking about one of their releases that are coming out soon, like at Gen Con, like Flip Ships or.
Isn't that already out?
Is Flip Ships already out? Kane Klanko's Flip Ships? That's him, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's coming out soon. I don't know if it came out yet.
Well, regardless,
Kane Klanko.
they're not talking about
Creator
that
of a certain board game, which we may have on our channel this week.
Yes.
Covert.
Covert, yes.
Covert. How it's pronounced.
So,
Does take place in France.
so check out our website on Wednesday or YouTube on Friday
Yes.
if you would like to watch us play one of Renegade Games'
Kane Klanko's Covert.
entries from 2016.
Yes.
Speaking of good games, not the best transition ever, but it'll do. Guys, we talked about Kingdomino a bit last week when the Game of the Year winners came out.
Naturally.
Guys, Kingdomino is getting a sequel.
Oh my God.
A standalone sequel.
Let me guess. Kingdomino 2, the sequel.
That's a good guess, D.
Martyr Domino.
Martyr Domino.
Yeah.
No, guys. Unfortunately, you were both incorrect. But the name is Queendomino.
Oh, that's worse.
So Kingdomino's, I guess, getting a counterpart. It's been designed by Bruno Cathala, the guy who designed
Kingdomino?
Kingdomino. Yeah, he designed that. He also designed
Yamatai.
Yamatai, a game that we were quite fond of. What's cool about this one is Queendomino can act as an expansion as well as being a standalone sequel.
That's cool.
So we can add tiles to the game, and you can play like an even bigger version of Kingdomino.
That's pretty cool.
Or you can just play Queendomino.
I like that.
And the way it's different is apparently it's a lot more complex. The puzzles are more complex. I guess there are extra cities and colors that indicate cities. I'm not exactly sure how it works. There's not that much information out about it yet. One of Bruno Cathala's was quoted saying that Queendomino is exactly the game I wanted to play myself after having played hundreds of Kingdomino games. So I guess he got tired of Kingdomino. I was like, how can we mix it up a bit and make it
Cool.
So I think if the designer wants to play it, that's a good sign.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he should want to play it.
Maybe it'll win. Maybe Queendomino will win Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah.
That'd be
Do it
controversial.
every year.
Yep, they just always give it to
Queen Domino.
Jack Domino.
Thief Domino. There's options.
Chicken Domino. Shrimp Domino.
What?
Domino's Pizza.
Domino's Pizza Domino.
There it is.
They're just going way off now.
Anyway. That's all right.
And last but not least, Queendomino is set to premiere at this year's Essen Spiel Fair
Okay, that's a big
in
one.
Germany.
Yeah.
It's probably not Essen Spiel Fair in Boston or something. It's definitely in Essen.
Spiel
Essen Spiel Fair, one of the biggest game shows of the year.
Yep.
It's in October. So if you're going to be in Germany around that time, enjoy getting a first look at Queendomino. Last but not least,
Uh-huh.
and in my opinion, I'm saving the best for last.
Okay.
Guys, BoardGameGeek,
Yeah, it's a website.
the ever-useful board game website,
Yep.
has announced their Series 1. Well, they're calling it the Series 1 of their artist series of printed posters. So
Posters.
That's a lot of words.
Ah,
That sounds good.
they're
that's
announced
awesome.
Posters, guys.
Because several months ago, I was
Yeah.
searching high and low
For board game posters.
for posters.
Did you make a post?
It's much harder than you might expect. These
Yeah.
we found. These are great.
I really like
We could use
these.
some new
Yeah.
ones though.
Yeah, sure. So they're going to be illustrated by artists in the board game industry, which is cool. The people at BoardGameGeek who wanted to do this reached out to them, not necessarily expecting anything, but it turns out there's a ton of interest by board game artists to do this type of stuff. The first one is actually being was actually designed and created by Vincent Dutrait, or Dutray, I imagine. It's French. And he did the art for Time Stories, Lewis and
nice.
Clark, games like that. I'll show it to you guys so you can see.
Oh, you should the folks at home too. Let's take a look.
That is the Blood Rage.
Blood Rage, that's cool.
Blood Rage.
Whoa.
So there's a monster in the upper part.
Is that
of the
what giant? Is that the ice? Or that's a troll, maybe?
Into the troll.
I think it's the troll. And then,
That's cool, though.
Yeah, and then there's the boat and the sea.
Nice.
It looks really neat.
Any more previews?
Huh?
Any more posters to?
Yes, and there's one more. So they're releasing these every Monday of August. So there's been 2 so far.
Oh.
That's awesome.
They're not releasing the posters. They're releasing the previews of the posters.
Oh.
The posters are not available yet for sale. This is the Agricola.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
one.
really nice.
I like that one even more.
That's really cool.
The Agricola poster.
Is it Agricola or is it Agricola?
Okay, sorry, Agricola. It's probably Agricola.
I don't know.
Because Graham's always right.
Let us know, because we're still not sure.
Look, it's
There's
not
been the debate.
agriculture. I mean, that's not how you would say it.
I've heard people
That's
say
true.
Agricola, though.
Let's just go with Agricola so we don't piss anyone off.
Agricola sounds delicious.
I think it's Agricola, but I've heard Agricola. Someone answer me. I am not sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there an Agri-Pepsi? Agri-RC. Guys, Agricola, this poster was designed by Jackie Davis. She also did the art on the board games Viticulture, or probably Viticulture.
Let us know. We're not sure.
How do you pronounce things, fans?
Help us, yeah.
We
And
don't know
also-
how to pronounce
Also,
anything.
her name, I'm assuming it's Jackie, but it could be like Jaqui, because it's Jacqui.
Jackie.
It could be Jaqui.
No.
It's
I mean,
gotta be Jackie.
Jackie.
Let
I
us
mean-
know, please.
It's probably Jackie. I'll just say Jackie
Let us
Davis.
know that one. It's definitely Jackie.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. And in the description below, we'll have links to
Any
these.
word on when these are coming out?
Yes.
What cost?
So like I said, the previews will be released every Monday throughout August. And then in September sometime, they will go up for pre-order, and they'll be available for 1 month. After that, they will no longer be available, and they will print as many as they have orders, and that'll be it. So if you're interested in these,
Any pricing?
not yet, just what they look like and the artists. So
Sure.
and they call it Series 1, so I'm guessing this is like a test run, and hopefully they can do Series 2, 3, and so on.
That would be great.
I will be pre-ordering at least one of them.
Yeah, probably. Maybe you've seen one of those on our walls behind us sometimes.
Maybe more than one, because who knows? I like the Blood Rage one too. I think the Agricola one is really nice.
I do. I like that one a
Agricola,
lot.
sorry, but
No.
So that's the news for this week, guys.
Nice. That's
All
some
right.
good news. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's a good month, or half a month.
Also, Gen Con's coming up.
Yeah, I was surprised there weren't that many news stories you would think like in total.
Leading up to the...
Yeah.
You don't want to give up the goat
con.
right before the event,
Yeah.
the big debut. So I'm sure once that happens, we'll have a big old news.
Yeah, I would
sure
say the next news video and next news
Gonna have a lot.
End of August.
is gonna be
Gonna be
good.
a long one.
But yeah, this is
This
good.
is a lot of this is a lot of good news. You know, Fantasy Flight's doing a lot. That's fun.
I like their games. I think Renegade has made some good stuff.
Well, I think that's going to do it for this edition of Board Crazy on the News, gentlemen.
Yep.
Check out our website, boardcrazygames.com, for all of our news, articles, and videos, all of our gameplay videos, all of our reviews, anything else that we do, it's there. Check out our covert video coming up this week, like we mentioned already. Anything else?
All social media links are
Yeah,
down below,
always
and the
social
link to the news column. It's a short little write up, but there's pictures and stuff. So if you want to go check that out, I'll also put the links for the source articles in there as well. If you want to read on more, I definitely recommend reading the Fantasy Flight, Fallout, and Legacy of Dragonfolk stories, because there's a lot more in there that we didn't even cover about how those games play. So.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, until next time, I've been D.
I'm Graham.
And someday, I will be Will the Newsmaster again, but not yet.
All right. Well, bye!